Licensed games have never had a great run in the video game industry, and this is especially so the case when it comes to games based on Disney movies. As most of the movie tie-in games, they're usually released by the publishers with the intention of cashing in on the popularity of the films. Sadly though, even with the developers' best intentions, they're often pushed for time, and may be forced to rush a game's production to meet the demands of the publishers and the timing of the films. However, it does beg the question, are there actually any good Disney games based on the movies? And that's where we come in, as we've taken a list from Metacritic, looking at the top 10 best Disney games that were based on movies. Although just before we do go into the video, if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10s, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. And all of that said, let's just get straight into it. These are the top 10 best Disney games that were based on movies according to Metacritic. Number 10, Tangled, the video game. Tangled, the video game was released on the Nintendo Wii, PC, and the Nintendo DS in 2010 to coincide with the release of the film. It was published by Disney Interactive Studios, but was developed by Planet Moon Studios. Tangled is a children's video game with gameplay where the player takes the role of Rapunzel in 2D environments using the D-pad and stylus. In many ways, the game plays like an interactive Disney storybook for children with elements of a point-and-click adventure game. Number 9, Disney's Chicken Little. Disney's Chicken Little was released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, PC, Nintendo GameCube, and the Game Boy Advance. The game was released the same year as the movie, and it retells the story from the film. There are several notable voice actors from the movie, and the player takes the role of Chicken Little in a 3D platforming adventure game that incorporates scenes from the film. It's a surprisingly fun platformer that scored better on the PC at the time of release because of the hardware advantages over its console counterparts. Number 8, Disney's Chicken Little Ace in Action. Disney's Chicken Little Ace in Action was released in 2007 on the Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 2, and the PC. The game took inspiration from the Chicken Little superhero film based on his adventures. It's an action-adventure game that shares a little bit in common with the Ratchet & Clank and the classic Smash TV series. Although while somewhat fun, Ace in Action lacks the variety and complexities in the weapon choices, but is an approachable and fun game based on the cartoon that the children will enjoy. Number 7, Cars. Cars, the video game, was released in 2006 on the PlayStation 2, PSP, Xbox, Xbox 360, Game Boy Advance, and the PC. It was released around the same time as the film, and features 10 characters, which features the voice cast from the movie. The story of this game picks up right from the end of the film, and is set in an open-world version of the film's fictional town of Radiator Springs. Players can pick up races and challenges in a similar manner to games like Midnight Run, and to some extent, the Forza Horizon series. Number 6, Disney's Atlantis Lost Empire. Disney's Atlantis Lost Empire was released on the PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy Color in 2001. It's a 3D platform game based on the film of the same name and features scenes from the movie as the game progresses or when unlockables are found. In addition to the platforming, there are also a lot of puzzles to solve as well as action elements. The different gameplay scenarios depend on each individual special abilities, allowing players to switch between characters. Number 5, Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue was released on the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, PC, and the Sega Dreamcast in 1999. It's a 3D action-adventure game for children where players take control of Buzz as he attempts to rescue Woody from Al McGuigan. The game is filled with collectibles to discover as the game progresses in order to unlock new power-ups like a shield barrier, rocket boots, and the disc launcher. Many of these unlockables are required to progress further in the game and to access clips from the Toy Story 2 movie. Number 4, Toy Story Racer. Released in 2001, Toy Story Racer is a Mario Kart-inspired racing game for the PlayStation and the Game Boy Color. It features 12 characters from the first movie, such as Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky, Bo Peep, and others. Toy Story Racer has a lot of collectibles in the form of small toy soldiers from the film, and there are 200 to collect, which is good since you'll need them, as most of the characters can be unlocked by collecting them. It's also packed with different race types such as regular racing, a tournament mode, target mode, smash tag, and more. Number 3. Toy Story 3 the video game. Toy Story 3 the video game was released on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii, and the PC in 2010. It was developed by Avalanche Software, who also developed the Toys to Life series Disney Infinity. The toy box mode in Toy Story 3 was the precursor to the Disney Infinitive series, and many of the same gameplay mechanics were retained for that series. The game is still considered to be one of the best movie tie-ins of all time and makes players feel like they were participating in a Pixar movie. Number 2. Disney Classic Games Aladdin and the Lion King. Disney Classic Games Aladdin and the Lion King was released in 2019 and combined the two of the most popular Disney video games of all time and remastered them for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and the Nintendo Switch. The games were originally released on the SNES and the Mega Drive Genesis console in 1993, but they are based on the Sega version, which featured improved animations and visuals. The package also contained the handheld versions of the games, selectable soundtracks, and a rewind feature. Number 1. Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Disney's Lilo and Stitch was released on the Game Boy Advance in 2002 and was based on the film of the same name. However, the game's plot takes place after the events of the film, after Lilo has been kidnapped by the alien bounty hunters. In this game, the player takes on the roles of both Stitch in a Metal Slug-inspired shooter and Lilo in a puzzle-based platformer that looks and plays like the 2D Prince of Persia games. Despite the limitations of the hardware, the animation still looks pretty good and is totally in line with the movie. And so there you pretty much have it. Those were the top 10 best Disney games that were based on the movies, according to Metacritic. So what did you think of this top 10 list? Do you agree? Or perhaps you think that there was a different order that some of these games should have been placed in? If so, do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And of course, not forgetting that if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10s, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. I'll also leave some more content at the end of this video if you would like to check them out. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time.